Hello, welcome to ACE Manager. IT Focus, ACE 16, what happens in business as an analyst sees it. My content in IT Focus is not exactly about IT per se. It's about contemporary developments in IT that are relevant for users and how they could get the best out of IT with these illustrations. We all have our own perceptions about any business based on our knowledge of the industry or the organizations involved. But if we wear the hat of an analyst and look at business, what perspective do we get? Does it help in more effective usage of IT in meeting our business needs? Your organization may be into manufacturing, trading, in goods, or in services. You receive an order from a client and you take it up for execution. It may be simply shipping an item which is in stock and raising the invoice on the customer, or it may involve manufacturing the item. It may also involve procuring raw materials required for the manufacture. You may also employ labor to aid in the manufacturing activity. We categorize all these activities under different processes like order to cash, purchase to pay, payroll, and so on. Retaining the process level classification as it is, we can look at transactions from a different perspective to understand the overall context better. In this context, I see three different aspects in business transactions. I call them operational, accounting, and MIS aspects. By operational, I mean documentation required for executing a transaction. Accounting refers to entering details in financial records. MIS refers to analytical aspects of a transaction for monitoring performance. I'm sharing some examples for you to appreciate the concept. Order received from a customer. Operational aspects are issuing order acknowledgement or acceptance to the customer and planning dispatch. We said operational, accounting, and MIS aspects. Is there any accounting aspect in this transaction? No, it is nil. Accounting is concerned with transfer of value. If this transaction has any money or its equivalents value changing hands, then it would have had an accounting aspect. Since there is no money that has changed hands here or value that has changed hands here, there is no accounting aspect. MIS aspect of this transaction could be analysis of order backlog or orders to be executed. Let us see one more example. Release of a purchase order on a vendor. Operational aspect is purchase order copy being shared with the vendor and with other stakeholders. Once again, there is no accounting aspect here because no value has changed hands. MIS aspect could be analysis of purchase orders due, not due. One more example. Receipt of materials in stores against a purchase order. Operational aspect of the transaction is preparation of a goods receipt note, GRN as we call it. Accounting aspect involves inventory value going up and vendor payable going up, both to the extent of value of materials involved. MIS aspect could be any inventory analysis report. My last example is issue of materials from stores to a production shop. Operational aspect is material issue note recording the issue acknowledged by the user. Accounting aspects are inventory value going down and material consumption going up to the same extent. MIS aspect can be cost center-wise consumption analysis. What are we trying to highlight here? Business transactions are interrelated. An invoicing application or an inventory application can involve different processes pertaining to the same transaction. In the early days of computerization, standalone applications, say one for inventory, one for invoicing, and one more for financial accounting, used to be organized separately. It involved multiple data entry efforts. With online and relational database models coming into existence, analysts started looking at business transactions in an integrated way, which gave birth to integrated applications. It meant significant savings in efforts in data entry, as well as utilizing computing facilities for operational documentation and timely report generation from the system. Thus, integrated application development is more appropriate rather than piecemeal development of applications. Clarity on these concepts will help in managers understanding what happens in business transactions and also to think of innovative outcomes from automation. Thank you for your attention.